with DC, right? Which we're talking about is the major show out right now from DC is Arrow, and if you haven't seen that, please go see it. It's a pretty awesome show.
I argue it's the best live action TV show. Live action superhero TV show.
I'm gonna pass on that. It beats the hell out of Smallville like any day, any week. I mean, it borrows heavily from kind of like Batman lore, but it doesn't just stop there. I mean, they grab a lot from different parts of DC, and I actually think that helps a bit more because you're not just dealing with Green Arrow characters, you're dealing with this character from this place and that character from this other place. And I feel like that's doing pretty good. And recently it's been established that in fall they are bringing The Flash, and it looks fucking awesome. Now, that being a spinoff from Green Arrow actually works because, you know, of the episodes where they brought in Barry Allen into it, and it just works. But I feel like with the movie and the way they're going, I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, you still have those characters because they haven't introduced any other characters that would be part of the Justice League, but I think it'll be a lot.
Well, in one episode of Arrow, they did have Harley Quinn's voice, which hinted that, you know, Batman is already kind of established or whatever somewhere else.
There's something else with that.
I mean, they've mentioned Bloodhaven a few times. That's the only really. I think they've mentioned Bloodhaven, Coast City. I think.
Yeah.
They've had Ferris Air.
Yeah.
I saw Ferris Air in the trailer for Flash. Like, I post a sign for that, and that was also a major plot point for season 1. Like, they were trying to blow up the planes. So they've set up like a wider universe. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with it. I'm not sure if they're going to bring other DC characters. I don't think they'd bring any of the other Justice League unless they're planning on bringing their own show.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of like where it's going right now. Like, so I mean, they're doing pretty good with that. I mean, if Arrow's any indication of things to come, I'm damn sure looking forward to it. And
season 2 was so much better than season 1.
Yeah, and season 1 was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, they really stepped up their game, and it makes you really wonder what they're going to do for season 3. And I have no reason to believe that it's not going to be anything less than great. And the fact that you have the people that are doing Arrow doing the Flash as well, not only does that make sense, but that gives me high hopes for that. And given the trailer that we saw for that, like, oh man, I think that's going to be great. So if they continue down this route with other characters, I think they will give them like decent treatments. I just don't know if that'll work well with like doing the movies. Because, like, for one, if we're going on how it started with Man of Steel, it doesn't gel well with, you know, the other universe that we've seen in the shows.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, because a lot happened in Man of Steel, and it's kind of hard to, you know, fit that in with everything that happened in, like, Arrow or what happened in Flash. But, that being said, I don't care about the movies as much as I care about what the shows right now. Although the movies still have been enjoyable, and I am curious to see what happens there.
Although to be fair, you could have Man of Steel happen in a later Arrow season. Like it could take place in the middle of season 3 if they wanted to.
Yeah,
I like the events of that.
Fair enough, because I mean they are introducing more
superpowered
superpowered beings into that universe, and I like how they did that. You know, they've been pretty slick about it.
Yeah, they introduced it like slowly, like to like a kind of a pseudo scientific like super soldier formula, and then you go into the Flash, and then from Flash you can get into the more crazier characters, metahumans.
Yeah, pretty much have to with Flash. Oh man, the trailer.
And they established Supermax Prison where they hold all the supervillains.
Yeah.
And everything. Don't forget there's also other DC properties coming to television.
Yeah.
This fall, you got Gotham coming, which I'm not sure is related to the movie at all. I don't know if that's gonna be his origin story for the movie or what. I don't know. For the movie version of the upcoming Batman and the Superman vs. Batman movie.
I hope not, but I mean, honestly, I don't think that should be a thing, but that's a whole nother issue. I think it's a dumbass idea.
Because from what I've seen, it takes place not in the present, but like in the past.
Yeah, I mean...
From based on the police cars and stuff I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't
know, Bruce Wayne as a kid, oh my god. I don't know why that was a good idea, but yeah, there are others, and like you have Constantine and
Yeah, Constantine, which is the adaptation of the Hellblazer comic. I could see like characters like Satana and because Constantine's part of the in the New 52 is part of Justice League Dark, which is like the Justice League team that deals with like mystical and magical stuff and all that stuff. So there's that, and then there's also some other properties like iZombie, which is Vertigo, but that's not really related to any superhero stuff. That's just more of its own thing. But you might, I think there's also been talk about like Fables and that kind of stuff coming to TV. So yeah, DC's been, I think, is pretty good on the TV front.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see like more superhero shows, like maybe a superhero night block, possibly in the future, like a 3-hour block or something.
Yeah, and for the record, I'd just like to point out right now that okay, with the Arrow and Flash, I don't see why they don't just put those on the same night. I mean, I don't know. I thought that was a weird choice.
I think they're trying to get people to watch multiple nights, the same, because they know like people are going to watch Arrow on the one night, but they also they know people that watch Arrow are also going to watch Flash.
Yeah,
and people vice versa. So they want to spread the wealth around. So like, okay, if you watch the Flash, maybe you watch the show after that too, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And I think they did that same thing when they did when they spun off the originals from the Vampire Diaries or whatever. They put them in separate nights. Yeah, so let's talk about Marvel TV.
Okay. Yeah. I think they're doing swell.
Swell.
Yes. I say that because like it's not. I mean, their major show right now is Agents of Shield. Oh, excuse me, Marvel's Agents of Shield. And I think that really got a lot better. But it's like not one of those things where I'd categorize it as great. It's just like it's doing all right, that kind of thing. I think it was kind of held back by the universe. I mean, we talked about that.
Yeah, which makes me worry about if they ever combine Arrow with the DC.
Yeah, and I hope they don't
movies.
Mess that up. Yeah, but it actually pretty decent. And yeah,
you could tell the entire like first half of the season, like stuff up. There comes a point. There's like a twist. You have to go see the Winter Soldier to really understand the twist. But after that twist, it becomes so much better because then there's actually consequences for the characters and stuff. And you can tell that everything beforehand was held back by the fact that they couldn't address what happens in the Winter Soldier until after the movie came out, and it becomes so much better after that because characters that were bland become interesting.
And yeah, I mean, like actually having real like personalities. They're like, oh, whoa, what? Okay, it's not bad. I'm alright with it.
And it also excuses some bad acting at the beginning.
Yeah, I think it actually does because I think like most of them are pretty decent actors.
Yeah.
If you're given a certain thing, you kind of have to go with it.
Well, retroactively, kind of rewrites one character's bad acting.
Yeah. A whole lot. Like.
Yeah. So there's that, and I guess the other there's no really another major Marvel live action TV show is coming up is Agent Carter, which is basically more of a spin-off of the S.H.I.E.L.D. type universe.
Yeah.
Well, on network TV, I should mention the major television show, network TV, and that's going to happen in like 8 episodes, which is going to be that mid-season break between in the winter for Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to fill in that time slot, so people don't get as annoyed by the fact they take a really long break.
No, they'll still get annoyed. But yeah.
Yeah, and that should be alright. I mean, it's going to be the founding of S.H.I.E.L.D. and her dealing with, like, I guess, like, sexism and during that times, and also dealing with the, S.H.I.E.L.D., remnants of Hydra, that type of thing. Possibly some first supervillains stuff. But yeah, it kind of feels more like a miniseries than actual. I'm not sure if that will get renewed.
Yeah.
But I guess the big thing is the Netflix series.
Yeah, like 4 of them, right?
There's gonna be Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil, which Marvel got the rights back from I think Fox.
Can't blame Fox on that.
Yeah, because they didn't want to make another Daredevil movie, so the rights went back to Marvel. And also, what was it? Jessica Jones, which is a lesser known superhero. Unless you read comics, you probably don't really know her. And then there's also going to be a Defenders thing after that. They're going to be like the street level Avengers, I guess. They're going to treat it like that. So like each character's going to have their own little series where they get their powers or like whatever type of story they ever want to do. So I guess like each one will be a different type of show. I assume Iron Fist is going to be a martial arts show. Daredevil is going to be, whatever Daredevil does, fighting street level crime. Luke Cage, maybe like, I don't know, like a street urban thriller. I don't know, like about him getting powers and then him. I don't know.
I was thinking like kind of like a beat 'em up game, like the old school kind of thing. Kind of have that kind of feel. That makes sense.
I find it awesome if they did like a blaxploitation type thing.
That could go either really, really bad or hilariously.
It'd be awesome because I mean, like it's been a while since there's been like a black martial arts.
Sure, but I mean, it'll be less like that if they just make it like they stick to Luke Cage. I mean, like when he's Power Man, like yeah, definitely that was his whole initial stick.
Or he could be starting Heroes for Hire in that series.
That's true.
And Jessica Jones, like if you read her, I guess I don't want to spoil anything about like what her shtick is, but I mean like hers, I think she like in the comics she's like a former superhero and some stuff happens and it kind of gets crazy from there. It was like it was a part of a line of Marvel comics where it's like more adult stuff, and so they could have sex and bad stuff happen and they could be say adult words and that type of thing. I think it was part of that, and that's where she got her start. And so it's it'll probably be a more adult show, that type of thing. If they go with that, and then they'll have the Defenders, and I guess we'll all watch that on Netflix whenever the hell that comes out.
Who knows? So I mean, they got some plans for future release, but so far they're like, well.
Yeah, it's not. I say DC's leading on that front, but
oh yeah, by a long shot right now. Because as much as I enjoy Shield, Arrow is far superior.
Yeah, and I guess like animated shows wise,
Is there even anything for either right now? I mean,
well, Marvel, you got Avengers Assemble, which is not good.
Yeah.
There was like an episode where like the Falcon's mom, she doesn't know he's an Avenger, and so she's coming to like the tower, and it's like a comedy of errors because she doesn't know he's an Avenger, and he has to hide it, and it's like a sitcom episode or some crap.
Sounds so bad.
It's just a whole bunch of nonsensical stuff, and then Ultimate Spider, which I think a lot of people were already pissed off that they canceled Spectacular for some legal stuff.
How dare you mention that show's name in my presence? It's just awful.
Another thing I'm wondering
about. You still haven't seen it, have you?
Another thing I'm wondering about, does Marvel have the TV live action rights to Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Because that could be a way they
Maybe.
get him in that universe.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. Possibly. I mean, but if I will for a second, I need to. Ultimate Spider-Man is just awful. It's awful in every way. There's no reason why it has to be like that. And it's not funny. It's not good. And I'm disappointed that Spectacular Spider-Man couldn't go on like that. Sorry, like that creator, like from that show, just can't catch a break.
They always got Star Wars Rebels coming out.
Yeah, and it might actually be awesome and get canceled after like a season.
Yeah.
Just saying, like he has some really rotten luck. I mean, come on, like he did Young Justice too, and that was pretty good.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with DC animated shows.
I honestly don't know. Oh, hey, you forgot like the Hulk show, like Agents of Smash.
Yeah, that's just
Stupid.
yeah.
I feel like you wanted to say stupid. Yeah.
I'm just not.
You didn't even want to dignify that one, huh?
Oh yeah, they got Teen Titans Go. Which is like if they're gonna bring back Teen Titans and even bring back the original voice actors, why not just bring back like the Teen Titans cartoon show?
Right? A bit better.
I guess it's like cheaper animation, but still.
Well, it's kind of funny because like right, the dude that created Spectacular Spider-Man has that replaced by Ultimate Spider-Man. Goes on to do Young Justice, only to have that replaced by Teen Titans Go.
Okay,
That's some bad luck.
And Beware the Batman is apparently still ongoing. And apparently it's got what seems like basically they're crapping all over it. I haven't seen the series. I just haven't been motivated to pop.
Same.
Yeah. Probably part of that is the animation style. But yeah, apparently it's airing on the Toonami block at 3 a.m. So they're basically just dumping that. They don't care. They're probably gonna dump that and like sell it on Netflix and try to make their money back from like selling the DVDs to kids' parents and on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure how they were gonna handle things because, like, when I first found out about that, one of the key points was one of the major villains was gonna be a villain that in the comic, right? He lobotomizes people and cuts off their genitals to make dolls. It's like that's fucking dark. Like, how are they gonna bring that down to a kids show and have that work?
Yeah, I don't see anything else upcoming for DC. I don't know what they're doing.
It hasn't really been their focus.
I mean, I guess they're focusing everything on selling the animated movies and the live action movies.
Yeah, because I mean, they had Young Justice canceled as well as their Green Lantern show, so I mean, they haven't really done anything much since then.
I think that's a mistake because I mean, like everyone, like I feel like everyone became fans of DC from watching like the Batman show when they were a kid, watching Justice League, even like Superman, all those shows. That's how they became fans of the DC universe and the Justice League.
Yeah.
And then the next generation of people aren't gonna have that, and they're making a mistake with that.
Very much so.
But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna be doing in the future for that. What else? Yeah, DMZ. That's not a. Arrow Man. Yeah, they were talking about Sandman movie. Preacher movie. I remember Preacher TV show. I mean, but yeah. So, what do you think about the future for DC and Marvel? I mean, like, is there anything else any other mediums you want to talk about?